Roy Keane stuns live TV as Ian Wright's Arsenal glory claim sparks explosive clash. Welcome to Football Focus. Hope you're all having a great day. Before we kick off, if you love football, hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Let's dive in. The studio lights burn bright as the cameras roll, catching the glint in Ian Wright's eyes as he leans forward, passion radiating off him, his voice steady but charged with conviction as he declares that Arsenal have finally fixed the three major issues that have held them back from Premier League glory. A statement that instantly grabs the attention of the audience and his fellow pundits, not least Roy Keane, who sits to his left with arms folded and the faintest trace of a smirk tugging at the corner of his mouth, as though already preparing to dismantle the optimism with the cold precision of a man who has lived through title races and knows the unforgiving nature of English football. Wright doesn't waver, his words spilling out with the clarity of someone who has been waiting for this moment, outlining how squad depth is no longer a weakness, how mental resilience has been forged through heartbreak, and how in-game adaptability has transformed Arsenal into a side capable of beating anyone on their day. He talks about Victor Gyökeres leading the line with relentless energy, Bukayo Saka dictating the rhythm on the right, and Martin Odegaard pulling the strings with a captain's authority that Arsenal have not seen in years. He gestures with his hands almost as if he is drawing a picture for the viewers, painting a portrait of a club that has climbed out of the shadows of inconsistency. Keane, still leaning back, waits for Wright to finish before leaning into his microphone, his tone sharp enough to slice through the tension in the air as he says, "I have heard all of this before, Ian. You've got good players, sure, and Mikel's done a solid job, but fixing three problems on paper doesn't mean you fix them when the real pressure hits. You talk about mental resilience. Let's see it when you're 1-0 down away at Newcastle with 10 minutes left in May." The words land like a cold gust, a reminder of the ruthlessness that defines Keane's worldview. Wright immediately pushes back, his voice rising, not out of anger, but out of urgency, reminding Keane that this isn't the fragile Arsenal of the past, that they've been through adversity and come out stronger, citing the way they fought back against City last season, how the younger players have matured, and how the dressing room has leaders beyond just the armband. Keane doesn't flinch, countering with the reminder that winning a title is about doing it every single week, that there's no room for sentiment, and that even with these supposed fixes, Arsenal still have to prove they can take the pressure that comes when every opponent wants to stop them. The tension between them is electric, every word measured, every expression captured by the camera. Wright brings up the specific changes Arteta has made, rotating the squad without losing quality thanks to signings like Eberechi Eze, the integration of youth players who bring hunger, and a tactical flexibility that sees Arsenal switch between a high press and a low block seamlessly. He talks about the pain of last season's near miss as a turning point, a moment that forced players to confront their shortcomings and embrace the grind. Keane, leaning in closer now, softens his voice slightly, almost as if he's about to reveal a secret, and says, "You know, I actually like this Arsenal side more than I have in years, but liking them and trusting them are two different things. Trust comes from winning when it's ugly, when the football's not flowing, when the big stars aren't having their day." His honesty catches Wright off guard, a rare admission that perhaps beneath the tough exterior, Keane sees something real in this Arsenal team. Wright seizes on it, pressing that these players have already shown they can grind, pointing to away wins in hostile grounds and performances where they've turned games around late. The conversation shifts from personal belief to tactical breakdown, with Wright illustrating how Arsenal's midfield now controls games through Rice's presence, Saliba's composure at the back prevents panic, and the goalkeeper situation, once a glaring issue, is now a source of strength. Keane listens, his eyes narrowing as he considers the evidence, but still insists that the true test will come when the season enters its brutal final stretch. Wright leans forward again, speaking not just as a pundit, but as a man who has bled for the badge, telling viewers that Arsenal are no longer chasing shadows, they are the shadow that other teams fear. Keane cracks the faintest grin, shaking his head, but clearly respecting Wright's unwavering belief before reminding everyone that football has a way of humbling even the strongest. The cameras catch every flicker of emotion, the studio heavy with the weight of two legends debating the soul of a football club, one fighting to prove they've changed, the other demanding that change be proven on the battlefield of the season's end. Thank you so much for watching our video. For all the latest football news and analysis, be sure to subscribe to the Football Focus YouTube channel and stay with us.